me introduce myself. My name is Charlie, and this is a film all about my latest adventure in northern Italy and the Dolomites. Welcome to the Dolomites! At least, that's what you would think from the title of this film. However, there's slightly more to it than that, as this story started a little over a year ago. So, let me explain. After following a YouTube channel called Backpacking Bananas for quite some time, I had finally managed to meet up with Christiane. And after chatting about how I was trying to do something a little different with my channel, but no one would take me seriously as it was so small. This is the point that she mentioned a company called Traverse. 6 months later, I was signed up to my first ever creator event and found myself in Hamburg, feeling terrified, out of place, and intimidated by pretty much everyone else that was there. And as if that wasn't enough pressure already, they sprung a competition on us to make a film about Hamburg or the conference. As you can imagine, by this point, my resting panic face mode had well and truly kicked in, as I just couldn't come up with an idea that felt natural. But suddenly, at the last moment, I decided that this was my chance to show people what my channel was all about, and so I decided to make a film explaining my resting panic face. After sitting for an hour watching everyone's amazing films, I started thinking they must have just lost my entry, and then this happened.
The next one is actually the winner, and I think you'll realize why. Please give it up for Charlie. Please sit back.
The winner!
Enjoy this film. It's a beautiful piece of work that this film puts our hearts out on screen.
Do you need this?
Yes. Even after that happened at Keyframe, I still didn't quite feel like I belonged, so I knew that Traverse 19 was going to be a real challenge for me, as it was a much bigger conference. But at least this time, I knew a few people. So 4 months later, and here I am, on my way to my first Traverse conference, being held in the city of Trento, in the stunning region of Trentino. I have just got to Trento, checked into my hotel. It's pretty nice. Well, it's standard, but the view. I'm gonna get out of my jeans because I'm not remotely dressed for this weather. It is glorious! And go exploring. Seems like a good point to explain the plan. I'm going to be spending the next 2 weeks in northern Italy in a region called Trentino. This first week I'll be based in Trento, spending 4 days exploring some of the activities and sites the city has to offer. And then I'll be going to the main conference, Traverse 19, which is going to be held over the weekend, including the first ever Traverse Creator Awards on the Saturday night. Then the second week, I was going to be going on my first ever press trip with Traverse and the Visit Trentino tourism board to discover more of what this stunning region had to offer. Help me!
I don't know about you guys, but this is a pretty location to have lunch.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's start at the beginning. Traverse, along with the Trento Tourist Board, had organised lots of midweek experiences for us to get to know the city, so I decided the best way to start was on a walking tour. Although, I have to be honest, I don't actually remember much information as I was totally distracted by making new friends and how beautiful the city was.
We are here now, and then we are walking to the castle.
Walking around the castle, I may have lost which number we're supposed to be on. I've also lost the group. Oh no, hang on, here they are.
Then it was time to see Trento from a different perspective.
We're going up. So we have come up to the top, up the cable car, and look at the view. Ah! It's a little bit hazy, but it's still pretty spectacular. How long does it take to set up that gimbal?
Depends on my ability to do it. Sometimes it's like as quick as half a minute, and sometimes it takes 5.
Don't look down!
Somebody should have bought a pen up here. They could have put Traverse the pen. Traverse 19.
Yeah, that's true.
And next we were heading over to drinks. But I thought that this would be a good point to drop in that throughout this film there's going to be a lot of behind the scenes of how content creators work.
These are that end.
Cheers.
That wasn't fake at all. What are they doing? Boomeranging. Obviously. I was about to say, and this is what happens when you go for drinks with vloggers. This is ridiculous. No one's allowed to drink their drinks. I mean, they're purely props.
They're just for show.
Just for show, so that everyone can do boomerangs and get the shots. Good morning. It is only day 2, but I am exhausted. I just want to put it out there that I love meeting new people, and it's so exciting meeting creators and everything like that, but it really takes it out of me. It doesn't come naturally to me, and having to just be on all the time, it kind of drains me. This morning I am going on a... Do you know what? I'm not even really sure what the tour is. It's called Vineyards to Wine. So I think they're teaching us about how the process happens out here. So let's go.
From the highest peaks of the Dolomite Mountains and down to the alluvial plains, the Trentino region has been the symbol of Italy's winemaking tradition for generations.
And we're about to go around the factory because it's production day apparently, so they are actually making the wine today. So we just watched a little video about the brand and all that sort of stuff, and we're about to go get involved. We've just walked into like the freezer section, freezer or fridge section. It smells like wine. It's amazing. So much wine. Now for the good bit, the wine tasting. Cheers! Pretty good. Now it's just got silly.
They had given us about 3 glasses of wine in the space of about half an hour, so it might have gone a little bit to our heads.
Now it's the next one. It is definitely getting a little bit silly. Are we enjoying the red? Cheers! Good morning. It is day 3. Today I'm doing a gorge walk to a waterfall and then an Italian afternoon. But today I'm quite excited because I get to film with Carl. Now I'm pretty sure that if you watch my channel, you'll know his channel, because there's only a few of us on YouTube that actually do kind of longer immersive videos. It's pretty much me, Carl, the Budgeteers. I haven't really found anybody else yet. So it's a very niche sort of style. We don't just do the 6-minute or even like the 20-minute vlogs, you know, they're proper actual films that are designed to take you on the journey too and be a lot more immersive. And to be totally honest, I'm gonna let you into a little secret here. Carl is one of the reasons why I actually started my YouTube channel. It was about 4 years ago now that I saw his channel, and something that you guys don't know is that I have always made films of my travels. I have always put them together. I've always edited them pretty much the same way that I edit them now for YouTube.
Welcome to the world of me and Charlie.
We live.
The travelling bonanza that is our life.
Canyon. We haven't seen it yet.
No, we haven't seen it yet. We have to wear paper bags on our heads before we get to see it. 2, 3.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Basically, we want to go home.
Basically, we didn't know what we were signing up for.
Even back then, I was being honest and open about travel, wanting to show the reality of it, and apparently still had resting panic face. But all of this is for another time. So where were we?
I saw his channel and was like, hang on a second, I can do that. I'm already doing that. Why am I not putting it on YouTube? So that's when it all started, basically. I've known Carl for about 4 years now, but this is the first time I'm actually going to be going on an adventure in the same place as him. So I'm quite excited. It's 10:30, so I've got to go and meet Carl now and get on with this adventure.
Just going to steal Charlie's shots.
Steal my shots.
Carl,
look, oh yeah, we've got Carl's head now.
Am I in the way?
Am I in the way of your shot? Oh, no.
And as you can see here, we turned out to be the perfect filming team.
That pressure hose in the background is awesome for the audio here, but you know. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
This is how you know you're entertaining a vlog, isn't it?
This happens every time. Like at lunch yesterday we had the same thing. Everyone's like, right, can we touch the food yet? No, everyone's got to get the shots first. So we obviously could not come to Italy and not eat pizza and a giant pizza. Oh my goodness, these just look amazing. I'm so excited. Although I'm actually eating risotto because I'm having pizza tonight. Didn't even get pizza. I know, exactly. Let's duck in. Next activity of the day, pizza and wine and Italian and Nellie's stuff. Bag. And yay, she's back. Oh. Here is a little bit of real raw behind the scenes. It's 7 in the morning on Friday. I've been here for 4 days. I'm so tired. I look like this. My voice is squeaky. Oh my goodness. You know I love to show you how it really is and the reality of it. So this right now is the reality. I am exhausted. Anyway, I'm gonna get up, get showered, sort my face out, and get on with the day. This morning I'm going to a midweek experience called Hidden Traces, which I think is going into some little hidden places in one of the museums. It's cool. And then I'm going to a talk with Greg Brand about video creation, probably a lot of storytelling, and I met him at Keyframe. He did a lot of the workshops there.
After the museum tour, it was time for the video workshop. And in true Greg Brand style, he decided the best way to run it was for us all to grab some bottles of wine and beer, some Italian cheeses and hams, and have an honest discussion in the glorious sun up on the roof with a picnic. The main thing I love about Greg's workshops is his emphasis on shooting to tell a story and being honest to who you are and not just following the trends, which, as you know, really hits home with me. And it's about having fun with it, like he is here showing us how to do some bullet time on his 360 camera.
What just happened?
I want to have it now.
I know. Can we? That has to go in the video. I don't know what just happened.
Wait, you'll see what happens.
Can you guys see there? Can everybody see?
Yeah, it's okay.
Watch this. Look at that. How cool is that?
Then I took the rest of the afternoon to just do some filming and take some time for myself before the real chaos was about to start.
Not gonna lie, this conference is pretty intense. There is just a lot of networking, talking to people, and you're just on. It's go, go, go all the time. So it's really important to just take some time to yourself, get some space, and just chill out. You know what's also crazy is that I actually had never really even heard of this place before coming for this conference. And look at it!
Before I knew it, it was time to head down to go get officially signed in, ready for the conference over the weekend, and then head out to have some dinner before the opening party.
This is a local drink, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is it like pretty strong?
It's a bit like whiskey, isn't it?
Oh god.
A little sip.
Oh, that's quite hot in your mouth.
I've never had that. No, is this gonna... Oh god. Oh no! Oh no, no.
Ah!
Oh, it's burning. Isn't it hot?
Brilliant.
This is not good.
That's why
Card, you're up.
drinking
I've already tried it, but alright. The challenge is to have it and keep a straight face. It's beautiful.
That's a really good actor right there.
Really good.
Have we got it? Have we got the shot? He's like quick.
That's your face before you even tried it.
Rapper, good stuff.
Like, no pressure, hey, eating pasta on camera. Yeah, the twistiness. We're just heading into the opening party. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's gonna get a little bit chaotic.
You can hear the sound of people subscribing to each other's channels already.
We've got Carl vlogging in the background again.
You're vlogging.
No, I'm in the don't do that.
Traversed through a fantastic opening party, but before we knew it, it was Saturday morning and time for the main conference to start. Now, I'm not going to show you much of the actual conference, as if you're interested, you'll just have to check it out next year, or come to the next event, Borderless Live, in September. One thing I will mention is that my brother Henry had come to join me for the weekend. Now, he doesn't have a blog or a YouTube channel, but he is a professional cameraman, which you'll already know if you've watched my Iceland trailer.
My brother is a professional cameraman. And he has brought out his Steadicam rig. He's also really annoying.
He just wanted to do some filming and check out what Traverse was all about. One thing I was amazed at was that lunch on both days was included in the price of the conference ticket. And as you can see here, the food was amazing. One part I do want to show you is a glimpse into the first ever Traverse Creator Awards. There is an immense amount of work and dedication that these creators put into their blogs and YouTube channels. So to win an award that is judged by industry professionals rather than just another public voting popularity contest is a really special honour and was understandably very emotional.
Cass, this one's for you.
Then we obviously spent the rest of the night celebrating in true Traverse style. I had made it to the end of my first ever creator conference, but it definitely hadn't been easy.
think what people don't really talk about at these things is how emotionally draining it is. Because you're just really putting yourself out there the whole time, you know? I'm just exhausted. I don't find it very easy. I have a to-do list that's like epically long now, and so many new ideas, and I'm so excited, but I'm just, it's really hard. I'm just really out of my comfort zone doing these things, you know. This is only my second one.
You can always rely on me to show you the real behind the scenes in this world of curated perfection. Even though I was having the best time, I was tired and starting to struggle. It was actually just the day before when I'd been discussing how I felt with some of the others, about how I felt so inspired and excited to be around so many talented, amazing people, yet I felt so drained. Then I discovered that I'm actually a social introvert, which basically means I thrive on meeting and chatting to new people, but it takes a lot out of me. Also, it's emotionally draining, constantly filming and putting your heart out on screen, knowing that you're going to be judged. Everyone in this industry works extremely hard, and due to the nature of it, they rarely get a chance to switch off, since you never really leave the office, and this can be difficult to deal with sometimes. However, there was no time to recover, as the second part of my journey was about to start, my first ever press trip.
It's our last morning with this view. I don't really know what to expect. I'm gonna miss this view. It's starting to feel like home.
Before we knew it, it was time to leave the beautiful city of Trento behind, to head out on the second part of our adventure, which was a press trip called Hiking Boots to Swimsuits, Trentino Has It All.
Everyone's just like getting ready to go on their tours. I'm excited!
I could tell everyone was feeling a little bit jaded from the previous week, but we put our game faces on because we had a job to do. We had a short 30-minute bus ride to the charming town of Levico, Terme, where we were going to be spending the next 2 nights. Since we had a jam-packed schedule ahead of us, we checked into the hotel, dropped our bags and headed straight out to spend the day on the lake.
We've literally just got to the hotel. I have to grab my swim stuff because we are going stand-up paddleboarding, so I've got to get my stuff together, so I don't have time to really talk right now. But I'm so excited!
But before we get into that, let me introduce to you Team Hiking Boots, or Team Trento Doc, as we renamed ourselves.
The camera. But we decided it's an awesome idea to jump off this. He's doing wine tasting.
This is Marbelle from the Trentino Tourist Board. So now you've met the team, let's begin.
Mic drop. So we're all kitted up in our very attractive life jackets. Oh my god. Help me. How do people do yoga on these things?
Team Hiking Boots was off to a great start, except we were a man down. I think the conference might have killed Carl a little bit.
Yeah! Woo! I love it. One glass missing. Smile at the camera.
Shine a light, don't shy away. You've got more than it takes, you know. You know. Shine a light,
pretty awesome. I think it might be time to get in the water. Ah, I'm scared, I'm gonna lose everything. It's pretty cold. Oh my god, it's really cold, seriously. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be this cold. I might just be swimming now. Okay, here we go.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I am. Are you enjoying it though? Yeah. Loving it.
Shine a light, don't shy away. You got more than it takes, you know.
This is definitely like Instagram versus reality here. You're like coming in, missing a half a sunglass, going, I'm bitten by mosquitoes.
Look.
It's a look, it's a strong look. It's definitely
It's a choice?
It's a choice. This morning we met the group, we got on the bus and we came straight out to this lake. I actually don't know what the name of it is, so I'm just gonna, you know, drop that in. We're now about to go for lunch. Then this afternoon we are doing sailing and canoeing. So lots of lake stuff today, which I am very happy about because you guys know that I love to be near the water. Hashtag pirate at heart. This menu is ridiculous. Look at this.
Yeah, and then not 10 minutes.
Yeah. Hey everyone. So much food and these portions are massive. This is ridiculous. We got pizza, we've got seafood. Oh my god.
Look at all this food.
So much food. We are off to a pretty good start.
Hello there. Hey friends.
Put your head in mine. We're in this together.
Got the drone up.
Put your head in mine. We're in this together. In this together.
Then we split the team in half, and whilst the first group went sailing, Jess and I went on an adventure.
It's a little bit choppy. Ah, collision!
Charlie's trying to catch us. Come on. You're actually doing a good job.
Oh no, they're turning round.
Goodbye.
They're so slow. Tastes so good, guys.
We went out in the canoes and I was literally getting covered in bow waves. It was beautiful sunshine and then suddenly chaos. It's supposed to be our turn to go out on the boat, but I don't think we're going to be doing that.
We had some snacks and then luckily the wind died down.
And now we're going sailing. Can you pretend to be a pirate?
Where are we going?
We have just come to the end of our first day of the press trip. The weather has been a tad temperamental. It's 10:30. We went for dinner, which was scrumptious as usual. All its food in Italy has been amazing. I have just eaten everything. I'm gonna have to basically detox when I get home and do a lot of running. Luckily today, did a fair amount of water sports, so yeah, kind of evened out. And I think we've got a lot of hiking coming up as well. I will see you in the morning. So it's day 2, current office views. That's not bad, eh?
So ignore what I said the night before about lots of hiking, as that couldn't have been further from the truth, as we were about to set out on what can only be described as a leisurely stroll around the lake. But no one was complaining, as it was absolutely stunning and gave us plenty of opportunity to take lots of photos.
This afternoon we're having lunch on that pier. I'm super excited. I mean, seriously, look at this place. It is outrageous.
Charlie, that's
Yeah. That was definitely us yesterday, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like
For
very
sure.
fit,
We look like that. Soggy foot. I think this is the point that we insert Instagram spot. Everyone just got their shots standing on this kind of walkway here. That is what is great about traveling with a group of other creators, is that they don't mind taking photos of you and waiting until you get the good shot. So, hike done, now it's lunchtime. Over there! Ah!
And you're about to find out why we renamed our group Team Trento Doc.
Trentino, when we say Trento Doc, we mean only sparkling wine. At the moment, Trentino produces 900 million bottles.
I don't know about you guys, but this is a pretty location to have lunch. This is horrendous, don't you agree? Terrible. This is terrible. I mean, this just won't do. I mean, what is this? Seriously.
On the itinerary, it had said picnic lunch at the lake, but this was definitely the fanciest picnic I've ever had.
Is this live Foley happening here?
Yeah, live Foley happening, right? 3, 2, 1.
Sorted, and that's how it's done. Oh my goodness me.
Heaven.
Seriously? Yeah, I know. How lucky are we now, seriously?
The luckiest people in the world.
I know, this is amazing. Some nice B-roll there.
Slow-mo shot. So what I've done here is set 50 frames per second. So when it plays back at 25, it's half the speed. I'm just going to go ahead and place my glass in front.
With like nice break.
Oh, and the drone is up. Okay, so we kind of thought we'd finished, except that they just bought another main course. So we're now eating fish. everyone's pretty full and a little bit tipsy. Oopsie. But we decided it's an awesome idea to jump off this freaking huge, like, I'm not jumping off the big one, I'm doing the little one. Are they about to go? Go!
Go.
No, hell no. Maybe the one down there.
Come on.
I'm a wimp. All I'm gonna say is I am not jumping off this. Carl's not jumping at all because we all know about Carl's. Never mentioned his dislocated shoulder ever. After an afternoon of wine tasting, we're doing wine tasting.
Wine tasting, guys. Wine tasting.
Wine tasting!
It's a micro winery because my father planted the vineyards 20 years ago and only sold the grapes to another big wine seller in Trento. I and my brother started to make wines 10 years ago, rosé, and red wine.
Giorgio had a heartwarming story about how his grandfather had lost his sight in the war before he actually got to see his daughter, Giorgio's mother, Gabriella. So the brothers had named their rosé after her and put an embossed illustration on the front so that for anyone that had lost their sight, they could trace the picture. None of us were expecting such a beautiful story behind the wine, so it definitely made an impact.
I feel like my entire film is behind the scenes of how Instagrammers work.
Would you do a boomerang with me? I want a boomerang with the wine.
Yeah, I'll do it.
1, 2, go.
What did you just get?
Slow motion. Just to like doing a little swirl.
That is good.
Basically, we've upgraded our glasses from the last wine tasting. Listen to this.
Nice.
There we go, cheers. That's magic. Now, get the bucket through.
Ah, we got the giggles, we got the giggles going on.
This has the best laugh.
We basically spent most of the afternoon either drinking Trento Doc or wine. So as you can imagine, the next day...
Not feeling the best today. My voice has got worse, I am so squeaky. Anyway, it's about an hour's drive now to the next place. And then we're hiking today. I think we've got a beer tasting as well. We just went past this most ridiculous waterfall that looks so pretty. So we asked the driver if we could just stop.
Not long after, we arrived in our second destination of San Martino di Castrozza, where we checked into our hotel and then headed out on a little adventure to the next village.
We've been given a treasure map and we're basically gonna wander around and try and find things on the map.
The choices we make in the road that we take are the sum of what makes us new. Darling, I swear I will always remember that my life's adventure is you.
Another fairly windy drive up the mountain. We've come to our little lunch location. Lunch. Dolomites. Carl. We all just ate so much food, so much cheese, so much pasta. We're now going on a hike, but not before we did a mini photo shoot in this like beautiful orchard area, blowing dandelions. It looks cheesy as hell, but we love it. 3, 2, go. Candid hand movements. We're doing Carl's guide to how to get the perfect Instagram shot.
Oh, it's blown off! Oh, no.
We're now heading off on our hike, except that we can't go to the place we want to because the storm clouds are kind of rolling in. There's supposed to be like some sort of suspension bridge and they reckon that we won't make it. We're not actually getting anywhere because everyone is taking millions of photos, frolicking around in the flowers, flying drones, and yeah, it's got a little bit out of control. This is what happens when you try and take creators somewhere, anywhere. They just don't go, they take photos. But it's kind of nice that we have other people around that understand.
So we run, all we have to do is run. Just say the word and we'll be gone on this road together.
We finished the hike and we've come down the mountain and we kind of gone back up another mountain to come to this lake that you can see behind me because we are about half an hour early for our beer tasting experience. But when we got here, I just kind of felt like I was videoed out. I've been filming like crazy all day, juggling cameras, you know, my Lumix, this camera, my GoPro, and sometimes you just need to put the cameras down and zone out. So this is what I'm doing right now.
The filming break was short and sweet, as next up was the beer tour.
You know it's going to be a good beer tour when they hand you a beer to start the tour. That's what I'm talking about.
With a beer in the hand, we can talk easier, huh?
Yes, I like this tour.
Cheers.
Cheers. Real cheers, I like it. A proper cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. It's hot as hell.
When it's hot as hell, we just drink that. I love that.
Since this was a microbrewery and consisted pretty much of just this one room, as you can imagine, the tour didn't take very long. So we basically just stood around drinking beer.
It's about 5:30 a.m. I just woke up and saw a message from Jessica saying the light was really beautiful outside, so I came to have a look. And look at this.
In the mountains had definitely made me feel nostalgic over my ski seasons. So I just took a moment to have a cup of tea on my balcony and relax, as I had a feeling that today was going to be the adventure that we'd all been waiting for.
So we just went up about, how many bends did we go up? About 7,000? 44. 44. Quite a lot of bends. And we're now at the top. We're feeling a little bit underdressed. All these people over here have like ropes and helmets and high-vis jackets, and we're just like this. Whoops. I was about to say, you're looking extremely trendy for this hike. Retta, what is this?
Denim jacket, appropriate scarf, appropriate hiking gear. It's like an Azos commercial. Like I'm gonna look glamorous for my
You're a
Instagram
lifestyle
shots.
blogger now? It's not really that cold. I'm not cold. What is this? Jamaica versus England?
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and Shay's wearing everything.
Everything.
That's the difference.
And I'm too hot and Shay's cold.
I'm cold.
On our hiking boots to swimsuits tour, we thought we'd better do a little bit of hiking.
So it's the last day and we're finally hiking.
We're finally on a hike. Yeah.
The views are amazing, man. I love it. So let's get into it and get some good photos, right?
Hell yeah. Let's do this. Carl takes his hiking very seriously. No! What is this? Seriously. Let's not just chuck snow at Charlie. I have no idea how far into this hike we are, but we found snow! Ah! It's so refreshing. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I love snow. Because it feels very odd being in a ski resort and not skiing. It's like I'm normally skiing. I'm never here in the summer. But this is just spectacular. Actually, it's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice. It's really hard, but I'm a throw anyway, but doing it whilst filming.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's too small.
I'm too small, typical.
You can't move.
Okay, this is part number 326 of how to shoot behind the scenes.
So we're getting a bit too high.
Oh.
Got a makeshift tripod from a rock.
Oh, I like it. Using the resources. This is what it's all about.
Trying to get the focus point.
This is a trailer shot, basically. Gotta see if it worked.
Perfect.
You got it?
First try.
Got it in the can. Welcome to the Dolomites!
falling off the top of the world.
Falling off the top of the world. Okay, ready?
I don't know why I'm smiling. Like it flies over us.
Everyone has been taking so many photos, so many drone shots, so much content, it's unbelievable.
As I have already said, I had never been to the mountains in summer before, and it had totally blown me away. But as much as I didn't want to leave, unfortunately, it was time to start heading back down. I started to feel really sad as I knew it was my last afternoon with this amazing group of people.
Cheers!
But I was soon distracted by more delicious food and taking yet more photos. But who could resist with such a stunning background?
I need all the cameras in.
The audio.
This!
I feel weird with two cameras.
Then we all decided just to put our cameras down and enjoy the beautiful surroundings and our last moments together. Back to the village, and since we had a little bit of chill time, I popped out to get some last shots of San Martino before we went out for our last pizza together. And maybe a few last drinks.
It's the last day. Kind of mixed feelings because I'm really tired and we just need a bit of a break. It's been a really intense 2 weeks, but I know the second I get a break, I'm just gonna want to be back doing this again. It's such an amazing bunch of people. We've had such a great time. Everyone's just so passionate about getting like different types of content, and everyone like is inspiring each other to do different things and pushing each other, and it's just been really different. I've never had this before. I've never had people around that really understand and want to get involved. It's normally just people just going, oh, you want to take another photo, oh, you want to film that shot. I also just want to put on camera now. Feeling very overwhelmed by the fact that everyone here literally pumping out content, doing everything so quickly. The edit process takes so much longer for me because it's so different to what most people do, and I need time and space to really put it together, and I can't even imagine what it's actually gonna turn out like until I've really got everything together and I've got all the footage and got everything in place so I can start constructing a story, you know. Yet again, it's sticking to your guns and doing what you do. Messing up my makeup. Oh god, I feel really sad. Anyway, I better get packed up. We've got about an hour drive back to Trento, and then we're getting the train to Verona.
I sat on that bus feeling different. I felt like after all this time of feeling so alone in an industry ironically named social media, that I finally found a family of people who just understood.
We're on the train on the way back to Verona. It's all over. It's sad. I don't want to go home.
I had made it back to Verona, and honestly, I didn't know what to do with myself except wander around and try and start to process what had happened over the last 2 weeks. The last 6 months had been one hell of a journey, and I couldn't believe how far I'd come. And to think at one point I wasn't even going to go to Keyframe, but I'm so happy that I did, because otherwise none of this would have happened.
It's my first ever press trip. I always used to create travel videos, but I just did it for my friends and family. And it was when I saw Carl's video, I was like, hang on a second, I'm already kind of doing that. Why am I not putting it out there? So
you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I mean,
what I said to you at the time.
I know, like I've been doing it since like 2008. So this is a little note for anyone that's out there that is like, oh, I really should do that. You should do it. You just get involved and have some confidence in what you're doing and just put it out there.
Start shooting, start editing. You'll learn so much more about filming when you actually come to edit, because you realise what stuff worked and what stuff didn't. Give it a go, and you know, things can happen.
Exactly.
End up here, which is like, if we switch.
We should really be doing it with this.
Yeah, that's where we are. So yeah.
I know, exactly. So this is what happens 4 years down the line, and we're both here.
As you can probably tell from this film, Traverse is way more than just a conference. It's a community of people who support each other, who, unlike in other industries I've worked in, embrace each other's talent, and instead of feeling threatened by it, they welcome it and are happy to help and teach each other, which is such a powerful thing. It's a community that has become my support network and has confirmed that if you just have the guts to wear your heart on your sleeve and just create something that is true to you, then you can't go wrong. And as I said before, creators are extremely hardworking people. They're constantly on, constantly planning and designing new ideas, and there's a very fine line between your work and your personal life. They're always striving to find new ways to tell stories and engage with audiences. And yes, there are perks to the job. But trust me, there is so much that you never see that goes on behind the scenes. The late nights of backing up footage and editing, and early mornings of writing blogs. And that doesn't even delve into the pressures and stress and anxiety that they deal with. But it's because of all this that it's such a strong community. And I'm just so glad that I finally found it. There are 2 big lessons that I've learned over the past 6 months. And the first is that you'll never get anywhere staying in your comfort zone, which I know is easier said than done. But you've seen from this film that I don't find it easy either. However, I pushed myself and came out the other side feeling stronger and more confident. Secondly, and if it's the one thing you take away from this film, it's how important it is to find your tribe in whatever you're doing. As not only do you need to be around people that push you, but it's so important to just be around people that get what you're doing. And I know this sounds cheesy as hell, but after everything, I finally feel like I've found a place that I belong. A community that accepts my resting panic face, and I can just be me.